Welcome back to Inside the Leather. I'm your host, Ronnie from New Jersey, and as always, we're presented by Golficity. Listen, folks, call to action. You know what I do. You laugh once, like the episode. You laugh twice, subscribe. And if you laugh 3 times, I think you should share it. Help us out. Share the laughter, right? Okay. So listen, on this episode, we're talking about apparel. All right, golf apparel. There's a lot of stuff going on in the apparel industry for golf, right? A lot of cool new things, and we're going to touch upon all of them. And also golf annoyances, things that bother you about, whether it be the game of golf, the rules in golf, people who play golf. We're going to talk about all that stuff. So let's jump right off with a word from our sponsors, Therapist Preferred. They're great guys. Brett and Doug over there. Founded the company back in 2019. All right, these guys, they've sought out on a journey to source the greatest possible ingredients, and they use cutting-edge nano-emulsion technology for Therapist Preferred. All their products are THC-free, organically grown, and made right here in the USA. Jeremy, hit me with the tincture. All right, we got the tincture here. Look it. It's amazing, okay? The tincture is the most popular way people take their CBD. Therapist Preferred tincture is mint-flavored in an oil and an olive oil carrier that delivers a smooth, refreshing taste without that earthy aftertaste that people often associate with tinctures. Recommended dosage is 1 dropper per day, morning or night. But the great thing about taking the tincture is that, if you want more, you can take more. It's beautiful. You know what I mean? And, you could drop it in your coffee, your tea, your smoothie. I put it in my protein shakes. You drop it on your tongue, underneath the tongue. Then you let it sit for about 30 seconds before you swallow it, and you feel great. All right? And be sure, listen, check out therapistpreferred.com and be sure to put in ITL20. That stands for Inside the Leather 20. ITL20 promo code. You're going to get 20% off your purchase. Therapist Preferred. We love you guys. Thank you very much. Now, so let's jump right into it. We're talking apparel, all right? Now, a lot of you probably, have heard me complain about, golf clothes. Well, we're going to get into like the sizing of stuff, but I want to start at the feet. All right. The feet are very important, Shoes. There is so much technology in golf shoes right now. I personally, it's all bullshit. It is. I'm sorry to say it, but it's all bullshit. Let's come on. And there are brands that I love. Under Armour, huge fan of Under Armour. And they got the Jordan Spieth shoe, and then you got FootJoy. FootJoy's got all their, I think it's the Tour X. The Tour X is their new shoe, and stability. They're talking about there's metal rods in the shoes. Hey, come on, listen. It's a shoe, people. Find a comfortable shoe. See, I have a problem because I got a wide foot. So when I go on footjoy.com or underarmour.com, I'm limited as to what I could actually pick in colors and sizes because I got a fat foot, wide foot, extra wide, right? Some people say, go do Skechers. I've bought a pair of Skechers. I'm not a fan. Not a fan. Anyway. But what do? Do you go spikeless? Do you go with the spikes? Back in the day, they used to have the metal spikes. You used to hear them clinking and clacking as you're walking down a carpet. Look, if it's a super dry day, a lot of people are wearing the spikeless ones like as regular shoes, and that's fine. That's good. I still need a spike personally. I need a spike on my shoe. I currently have a FootJoy. I bought a set from last year. I bought it from last year's it was from 2 years ago now, but it was a leftover model. It happened. It didn't say wide, but I got to tell, it was wide. It was a wide shoe. I don't even know the name of it, but it had the boa. The crank in the back of the heel. It tightens it up. It's got it's like fishing wire. I don't know what it is but I got to say, it's amazing. I'm the type of guy that usually wears my shoes and my sneakers loose because I don't like it when it's tight on top. But with this boa, before you tee off, you crank a couple of clicks. Click, 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 click. It tightens the shoe. It tightens it so... when you're tying your own shoe and you're tightening it up, you never really get it. It's like usually a little bit tighter at the top and a little knot at the bottom. But with the boa, it all cranks and just... it's like a pig in a blanket. You know what I mean? It's like a beef Wellington. It's like the beautiful pastry around the beef, And I love it. I am a huge fan of the boa technology, and I think all the shoe companies, all the big brands, They all have their own version. A lot of them have I guess what would it be? They licensed out the technology from BOA, but it's a game changer. It really is. I absolutely love it. I'm a huge fan. Definitely say check it out if you haven't. Go to your local store, put them on, crank them up, and just imagine. You're I'm getting texts. It's gonna be one of those types of days. We got a lot of things going on, but when you're just about to take that shot, you're walking up to the tee box, your shoes loosen up as you're walking, as you're moving, as you're swinging, especially if you're swinging out of your shoes, right, and you're not balanced. But just a couple extra click. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing. Check that out, the BOA stuff. High tops. I mean, they got Michael Jordan's got golf shoes now coming out with high tops. I don't think it's necessary. High tops are really for basketball and football, sports that you're going to cut. You're trying to make a quick cut. You're not making any cuts in golf. You're making a move on the ball. I don't think it's necessary to have high tops. I think they look ridiculous, personally. I think Ricky Fowler, he's one that wears them, right? Ricky Fowler wears the high tops. Are he used to?
No, he used to. I think Pat Perez wears the high tops.
Does he? I love Pat Perez. I got to check out his feet next time.
Yeah, they're big Jordan guys, so they got the Concords on their feet and everything.
And I love Jordans. Don't get me wrong, but it's like, I don't know. I don't like the high tops. I think it looks silly on a golf course. Just my opinion.
Yeah, you're not making any cuts on a golf course. The only cuts you're making are into the woods.
No,
that's it.
It's not nice. It's not nice for you to just jump in and bash my game. But wait,
sorry.
Wait. Let's go back. After the first round that we played together, who owed who money?
Okay.
Right. Who owed money?
But how bad did we all play?
It doesn't matter. You played worse than me, apparently, right?
No,
I mean, Jesus.
No, I actually shot better than you.
Yeah, I don't know about that. Handicaps level the playing field, folks. He owes me cash, and so does Coach, by the way. I'm going to throw that in there, too. I took them both down. I had a little help with my friend Chris Viteri, but still, doesn't matter. Our team won the match. That's what it's all about. So that's my take on shoes. Try the BOA stuff. Check it out. And again, I'm not trying to talk bad about Skechers. I bought one pair of them, and they were this. Maybe it's because they were the spikeless. They felt like sneakers. I actually felt like I didn't have any support, so maybe I am kind of like off base here, bashing the technology and the golf shoe. Maybe there's something to it. I think it was just more so I'm not a fan of the spikeless shoe. But anyway, they're advertising geniuses, these people. They come out with a new shoe every year, and there's a new technology that no one thought of.
Like the Pumas that you saw at the PGA Superstore with the BOA technology. They were soft. You liked them a lot.
I did. But they didn't fit. Yeah. Because Puma's like, they're European, right? Puma, they're somewhere out there in Europe.
So, yeah.
I mean, it started as a soccer brand right back in the day and whatnot. They're narrow, man. Everything from Europe is narrow. There's no big eaters out there, I guess. I don't understand. There must be nobody overweight. Nobody's got a wide foot. There's just no big people in Europe. Everybody's just tiny and narrow, right? Skinny, like, soccer players. They run around like nuts. Anyway, so maybe I should go live in Europe for a little while. But anyway, so I'm going to shift down. I'm going to go to pants, okay? And, I played golf for quite some time, but I never actually purchased a pair of golf pants until, maybe a couple years ago, right? Maybe 4 or 5 years ago. And boy, if you are listening and you don't have a pair of golf-specific pants, you're doing yourself a disservice. You're doing yourself a total disservice. They are so thin. They are so comfortable. They're stretchy, so you can bend down to read the green. They look like pants. Unless you get them all, logoed out with, a big FootJoy sponsor across your ass or something like that. But for the most part, there's subtle logos on the pants. They look nice. I got like 20 pairs now. That's all I buy. When I wear a polo shirt and I go to work, for like a work event or a conference or something, you could rock them with This is going to be an issue. I should get rid of the phone. I should get it off the table. That would be the right thing to do, but I can't. You never know. I might have to take a call on air, which could be funny. But anyway, but the golf pants, you got to check them out. I tend to go with the Adidas, personally. Believe it or not, there's another European brand that tends to run small, but they got a big and tall line. They go up, and they got the stretch in the waist. You don't feel like you feel like you're naked. You feel like you're walking around completely naked.
100%.
So they're beautiful. They're beautiful things. Check out those golf pants. I wear them to work, like I said. I wear them every day, right?
I actually have a pair of black Adidas pants or blue Adidas pants, And I kid you not, I wore them to a New Year's Eve dinner party.
With a shirt and tie, probably.
And they look just like dress pants.
Yeah, absolutely. It's amazing. They feel like you're wearing sweatpants, but they look like you're wearing uncomfortable dress pants. So I've been telling you. So, look, I mean, most everybody, if you listen to this podcast, you probably have a couple pairs of golf pants. But if you don't, you need to go and make the investment because you'll stop buying, Dockers or any other kind of pants you buy, whatever else you buy. Khakis, you're done. You're buying old golf pants. Okay. So, shorts. I'm going to talk about shorts. I'm a big short guy. I like wearing shorts when I play golf. I like being comfortable. I like being cool. I like keeping a little breezy down there, And shorts do that. Plus, I have monster calves, huge calves. I a couple episodes back, I cracked on Phil a little bit, Phil Mickelson, because he, feels a little bit. He talks about his calves a lot. It was funny at first. It's getting a little old now, personally, but I have big calves, and my big calves are based on the fact that I'm a gigantic man. I've always been a big guy, and I got to lug this weight around. So the calves have built up over time. So I personally like wearing shorts on a golf course, but there's one no, people. Absolutely never. No, under no circumstances are you allowed to wear cargo shorts on a golf course. You shouldn't even wear them, period, unless you're like, working out on a construction site or something, and you need the extra pockets for a hammer or something. No reason anybody should ever wear a pair of cargo pants, especially on a golf course. Cargo shorts. Well, pants too, for that matter. But anyway. So that's really it for pants. There's not really not much to talk about, except that they're fantastic, right? We got all types of problems. We got sets are dropping, things are going nuts here. We're doing it live, people. We're doing it live. Shorts. One thing that's important about shorts, you got to control the length of the short. Okay, if it's too long, it looks silly. You can't have the baggy over your knee. You can't have that. It looks ridiculous. You're wearing a pair of capris. That's no good. And it can't be too short because then you look like you're in a 1970s porn video or like you're an old school basketball player from the NBA like back in the day, like Jerry West. They used to have the real high shorts. It's got to be the right length. I would say maybe about an inch or two up from the knee. Maybe not two, maybe an inch off the knee. Right? Nice. A nice pair of shorts. Wear a nice pair. And again, golf shorts, they stretch. You can move in them, So shorts, that's the shorts. Polos. All right? Some people love polos. There's a few things that bother me about polos. One, I'm going to call out a pro golfer. It irritates me. It's probably one of my biggest pet peeves, Bubba Watson. Can you unbutton the top button, please? I mean, come on. He's all buttoned up all the way to the top. Look, we know that you're a skinny guy. We know that you got a little neck. I don't know what he's trying to hide, but it looks ridiculous when you tie it all the way up to the top. Not a good look, not a fan. Now, being a big guy, so from one extreme to the other. Now, being a big guy, I can't stand the bacon. The bacon collars. You wear them a couple times, you wash them. I have to get all my Bolo shirts dry clean now because I'm afraid of the bacon. But even with me, it's like I got a big neck. I got a couple of chins that I got to take care of here. And they push. They push down, especially when I do stuff like this. They push down, right? And listen, the companies are coming out with so much cool stuff in the apparel side of it. Do you remember what Nike pulled out for Tiger a couple years ago?
The mock?
The mock?
Yep.
Where it kind of looked like a little mock turtleneck sweater, but it was half. And I guess it obviously satisfied the golf traditionalists where you need to have a collar on your shirt in order to play.
Right.
Bring them back. I bought one. I bought one from Nike, and it's like an ugly color. It's like a salmon color with gray. It was the only 3X one I could find, right? And it doesn't fit very good. I don't like it, but I loved the fact that it didn't have the collar.
Right.
It's a beautiful thing, right?
And Nike's actually they have a line now where they just have the 2 buttons, no collar. Have you seen that?
2 buttons, no collar. But are you gonna hear from people at the country clubs?
It's a golf shirt. It's literally a golf shirt.
It is a golf shirt. Maybe they're laxing on the rules a little bit. I gotta check it out. I gotta look into that. But yeah, so the mocks, the polo shirts look, you gotta wear it. It's part of the uniform. But now that they're doing some things, I gotta check that out. I'm interested in that. What else we got? What other apparel things we talk about? Underneath. I wear a compression shirt when I play golf underneath my shirts because, some people think it's like, Spanx because I'm fat. Well, I mean, that is, it kind of keeps everything nice and tucked in. So things look nice. I wear them underneath my suits, too, for work because it makes everything, the lines look good. But the compression shirts, not only do they suck in the guts a little bit, it also helps with my back. It keeps it nice and tight, keeps you with good posture. You know what I mean? It promotes good posture. He's sending me a picture. We can't put it on the thing here. Oh, it's nice. It's nice. It doesn't look like a golf shirt. I got to try it out. Do me a favor. See if they got any 3Xs over there. So the compression underneath, some people, they're wearing sleeves, they're wearing all types of other stuff. So just stop with that, Gloves. Let's talk about gloves. Gloves, a lot of technology in gloves too, right? You got the all leather. You got the ones that are like some leather with like some stretchy material to help your hands breathe, so your hands don't sweat and stink, right? Those are good. I typically like the Titleist gloves because they're pretty solid. But Under Armour, I gotta say, I should have brought it with me today. Under Armour has a really nice a glove that's coming out. It's advertised on social media. I came across it. They got different designs. They got the different designs. They got the American flag on the top part of the hand, and it's the stretchy material. I ordered one of those, not the American flag one. I ordered something else in there. I don't remember. Maybe it's just the color blue. It's just a little bit of blue. But I put it on. I said, wow, I have a lot of gloves in my bag, so I'm going to wait to order a bunch more. But I'm going to play with this one that I got. And I'm going to check it out and let you know. One thing that bothers me about gloves is, Jeremy, tell me what you think about this. Colored gloves.
Yeah.
Who's that on home? Not JB Home. What's his name? The guy that always wears the green hat, the Titleist. He's with Titleist. The big guy, maybe it is JB Holmes. JB Holmes, does he wear the green hat?
Yeah,
he's the
so.
Irish guy, right? He looks real Irish. He wears the green glove.
I know who you're talking about. I can't make out his name right now.
I think it's JB Holmes. I might be wrong, but anyway, I don't like the colored gloves. Even the black gloves, even though I've had a couple of them over the years, I don't like the black gloves. I personally have white grips.
Right.
I got the nice white Golf Pride Tour wraps on all, and they're all white. Which, they get dirty fast, but it doesn't matter because I change my grip so frequently. It doesn't really, I don't even get to the point where they're too dirty. But look at that Mizuno wedge. Oh, and I'm hitting it good, too. I'm hitting it good. So I like which the standard white glove. I just think it looks good. I think, when you get into the colors, traditional. I mean, maybe if you got black golf shoes and you got the black glove and you're rocking a black belt with a black hobby, maybe you want to color coordinate. You got black grips. I don't know, man. But maybe it's got to be a white glove.
How about I have a question for you.
What do you got?
Back to Bubba Watson. Not trying to knock the guy. He's a professional golfer, but
he's huge. He's a great golfer, right. Too. I mean, the kid, he's out of his mind. Some of the stuff he could do with a golf ball. But again,
right. He's a big, pink guy, and I think he wore a couple pink gloves throughout the tour.
Yeah, and look, he gets a pass for the pink stuff. Normally I would rack on him, and I think in a future episode I got a little piece of that. We're going to talk about Bubba Watson, but. Look, he's doing it for a cause. He's doing it for a reason. The whole breast cancer. I think it's breast cancer, right? It's cancer awareness, breast cancer awareness, and so you got to give him credit for that. You can't knock him for that. I personally, if you told me that he was just doing it because he liked the way it looked, I would think that he was ridiculous because I think it looks terrible. I don't think it looks good. I think it looks good in the NFL when the players sometimes wear the pink shoes or the pink, the pink towel. They kind of incorporate the pink. For the aware, it's a great cause, and I'm obviously not knocking him for doing it because I love what he's. I love that he's doing it for the cause. I think his wife had a couple bouts with that. It's just something. I'm not really sure about the story, but that's why he wears the pink driver, the pink light. I get it.
But is it too much that he has the pink driver and the pink glove?
No, I don't think so. He's all in on the the awareness, and I think it's good. I think he gets a pass because of the cause that he's doing it for.
Fair enough.
If it was just bright yellow or lime green or fuchsia, he'd get destroyed by me. But the fact that he's doing it for the cancer awareness, I can appreciate that.
Well, that's another thing he does. He's now playing a yellow ball since they allowed it on tour.
A yellow ball with the pink driver. Way to go, Bubba. And the yellow balls, look, I play them. I think they're easier to track, especially if you're playing on a cloudy day. Even if you're playing on a blue skies, the sun, it's very hard to track a white ball sometimes. I mean, as I'm getting older, it's harder for me to track them too. Good thing that they're usually, right down the middle of the fairway nowadays. Things are good off the tee.
Yeah.
Listen, I didn't drive the ball that bad. Don't you try to say you starting shit over here? What are you doing over here? Deuce behind the glass. But no, but the yellow balls. At first, I used to make fun of people. I have a friend, my buddy Mike. He plays the yellow Titleist balls, and I was, what are you doing? And then, of course, you can't knock something until you try it. I tried the yellow ball. It looks a little different. It feels a little weird at first, but when you are able to track it, and in the fall here, and in those late fall, it's easier to find a fluorescent yellow, fluorescent green ball. It's easier to find when it's got leaves all over the place. Or white balls sometimes hard to find. But yeah, so that's it. What else we got with apparel? We got outerwear. These companies, they just don't stop. They got the undershirts with the compression, with the sweat resistance, the wicking, they got your regular shirt you got to buy. So now you're in for $187 so far. Then you got to buy the vest. First you got to buy the rain 3/4 pullover that's waterproof. Then you got to get the vest. It's like there's so much layering going on. I can't keep that many clothes in my bag because when you got a 3X, there's a lot of material. Like when I pack clothes to go on vacation, like it's an issue. I can't get them all into one suitcase, and then my suitcase weighs over 50 pounds, and I got to pay more. And it's not fair. It's like discrimination against fat people. Why am I paying a fee for my bag when I got 4 shirts and 2 jackets in there just because it's bigger fabric?
Sebastian Maniscalco said the same exact thing in one of his shows.
Did he? I'm a huge fan of Sebastian, by the way.
So am I. He said he stuffs his bag so much that it's obviously over 50 pounds, but there's other people who are bigger who don't get charged more.
Right, absolutely. And if they're it's all bogus, by the way, with the airlines, because the weight, if the weight of the suitcase really mattered so much about the fuel and all that stuff, you'd charge more. There'd be a scale. Right? There'd be a scale when you got on the plane, and if you weighed over a certain amount of money, you had to pay a fee. Because so what if my bag is heavy? I'm the size of 3 people, so it's like you're not figuring. I mean, come on, you can't worry about weight. It's a joke. It's just a way for them to make more money. It's all BS. But what else we got? Playing with long sleeves, I'm not a fan. And I know that you and Coach, when we played our round over at Mansion, was it Mansion Ridge?
Yeah.
What a nice track that is, by the way, Mansion Ridge. I had to drive up to New York. I didn't know where I was going. I was like, hey, where we playing? Mansion Ridge. I'm thinking, all right, good. It's up here in New Jersey.
I thought it was in Middlesex County when he said Monroe.
I had no idea that we were going to New York to play this round. But it was cold. It was one of the first rounds of the year. And, everybody layered up, And I just, and you thought I was using that as an excuse. The excuse for my bad play was the fact that it was the first round I played all year and I hadn't swung a club in 3 months. That was the excuse.
Not to mention the ground was rock solid.
It was rock solid. It really was. But I don't like playing with long sleeves. It bothers me because then I got to roll them up. I got something on my forearms that's not normally there. It just throws me off. It throws me off. So that bothers me. So I'm not a fan of playing with long sleeves.
Question for you: when you back to the shorts, have you seen when people wear high socks instead of ankle socks? What's your take on that?
Well, if you're Philly Book at Landolfi and you got to cover a ridiculous tattoo you got when you were a high school kid, I would say, high socks. No, I'm not a fan of high socks. Yeah, I think, I like the no sock look. Especially when you're wearing shorts. The high socks, like you're talking about the ones that come up to like halfway up your calf.
Yeah.
Like basketball.
Below your
they're
calf,
like basketball, below the calf. If you're gonna do it, do it. I mean, go all the way up to the knee. I mean, get the with the rings, the old yellow, green.
The way that the Asian ladies actually wear their skirts and the socks. Have you ever seen an Asian lady?
No, they wear the high socks with the skirt?
Yeah.
It's a good look. Now, that's a good look. I could get behind that look. I can't get behind a man wearing it. But a woman wearing it with a skirt, that brings me back to like the Britney Spears stuff. That's a pretty good look at a golf course. But anyway, wearable technology, a lot of stuff on the market now. You got the Bushnell Wingman. It's a speaker that actually magnetizes onto your golf cart. We talked about that from down at the PGA show. There was a little video of that we posted. It's not wearable, obviously, but you can keep the remote control in your pocket, and you could mute the music when you're on the green, so you're not disturb anybody, or on the tee box. It also gives you distances. That's pretty cool, and that's a great option for someone who doesn't like wearables. Everybody's got their shooters. I'm rocking the Precision Pro. Our friends over there, Precision Pro. You'll see that stuff. But the wearables, I'm a huge fan, and I'm going to say this. I know the guys over at Golficity, they're huge on the shot scope, and I'm, shot scope. Holler at your boy. I'd love to get on the shot scope train, and get with the dashboard. I love how it tracks all your stuff, and you don't even have to do anything. You just put the stuff, the little knobber on your clubs. You got your watch, you sync it all up, boom, it knows what club you're hitting, it knows where you're hitting from, it knows how many greens you hit. It's a phenomenal product, so check out the shot scope. I personally use a Garmin. I used the S2 back in the day, and then I bought one for my brother as a gift, and I thought it was really cool. So I ended up wearing it, and then I tried to repackage it back in before I wrapped it for a birthday, and I couldn't get. I ripped the box by accident, so I had to go out and buy another one. But I was okay with it because I actually liked it. Yeah. Now I got the newer one, the newer Garmin one. It's a square. Here's the thing. I still shoot everything. I still shoot all my shots, my distance shots. I shoot it because I do believe the shooters are a little bit more accurate personally, right? So I'm shooting, even though the watches are, it usually compares perfectly. So I shoot it, and then a little glance, little double checker on the glance, right? A little glance down. And it really helps you just feel like, all right, that is the number. Because sometimes, you shoot low, you catch a ridge or something, or you shoot the tree behind the green, or, so the watch, I think, kind of eliminates that factor, which is good. It's a little cross-check, little cross-reference. Some people don't like playing with anything on their wrist. And I thought that was going to be a problem with me, but it turned out not to be. I turned out actually to enjoy it. It's good. It's good. And here's where it's really good. You don't want to be that guy that's about, 30 yards from the green.
All right.
And pull out your shooter. Like, come on. Come on. What do you do? It looks ridiculous. Right. I'm not walking to the green and pacing it out or looking for a 100-yard marker and pacing. No. You'll glance down. It helps. If you're a beginner golfer, listen, they got them. They're cheap out there. You can find cheap ones for less than $100, maybe like $70 to $80. They might not be super good, but they'll get you into the flow of wearing one. Wear a regular watch on the course to kind of see if you like it, if you could swing with it. I enjoy it. They're super light and they're super comfortable. Even though some of them look larger, they're still very comfortable to wear. So check out the wearables. I really do highly recommend it because I want to know a 30-yard chip shot for me where I struggle around the greens is different than a 30-yard, 40 to 30 yards. Like that's a difference, right. Especially unless you're dialed in and you're a really good golfer. You need that extra help. So the wearables, I say go ahead and do the wearables.
Especially now with the Apple Watch, is that there's a bunch of apps that you can get on your phone that compatible with the Apple Watch. So you can just look down and you're wearing a watch.
Yeah, I got an Apple Watch. For some reason, I don't like those apps. It's just not as smooth. No, it's just something about the actual watches. So listen, a quick word from our sponsor here, O'Brien Creative. Thanks to social media, we have an opportunity to create a brand with the following. Well, what sets O'Brien Creative Group apart from the other branding experts is our creative-first approach to harnessing the potential of your company and translating it to the masses. Whether you're seeking out a professional branding identity or a simple logo design, you can count on the creative minds at OCG to accurately and artfully interpret your company's true identity throughout any medium. Visit O'BrienCreativeGroup.com. They did our logo. You know that they're friends of the program, so check them out. They're more than just a design company. They actually do a lot. They do a lot out there for you, and they're really going to helping everybody out. So I want to shift gears now. I want to go to annoyances, and I'm going to try to go through this a little quick because I think the apparel section went a little bit longer than I had anticipated. Golf annoyances. Now, I have quite a few of them, so I'm going to touch on a few. Not driving the cart. That's the first one on my list. There's no order to this. This is just how I thought about it at 2:30 in the morning last night when I was trying to figure out what the heck I was going to talk about on today's episode, right? So not driving the cart. I don't like being the passenger in the cart. I like dropping somebody off at their ball and then going to find mine if I have to, or going up the fairway, because that's usually the case, to where my ball is and make them have to walk so they can actually see how much of a better driver I am of the golf ball. But I got a story. The day before my wedding, right? The day before my wedding, I played a round of golf. I was with my brother Tommy. I was with my cousin Mike, and I'm not sure who else was with us, but me and my cousin Mike were in the cart. Mike was driving. We're coming up 18. We're at Week Wake Golf Club in Newark, New Jersey. We're coming up now. It was either 17 or 18. It's a high. It's a dog leg right. The tee box is super low. It's basically going up a mountain, right? And it just started to rain when we got to the tee box, but it was like a light, like a mist. It was like a mist, right? So just enough to get everything slick, but you didn't feel it, right? So so we're looking for my ball. Now I hit a beautiful. It actually faded really nice. It got to I thought it made it to the top, but I just missed it. I hit like a hybrid, so I didn't want to go through the fairway, and came back, and it just started rolling down the hill. So we went up because it's a blunt. So now my second shot was from down at the bottom of the mountain. So I needed to get a reference point as to where to hit the ball. So we drive up. We see where the green is. We're trying to draw a line back to my ball. And when we're coming down, lose control. I mean, when I say lose control, we lost control. He doesn't know what to do. He jams. He's on the brakes. Nothing. We're literally just sliding down the mountain now, and there's trees. We're going towards the trees. So I'm going. I'm yelling. I'm freaking out. Like, oh my God! What are you doing? What are you doing? He jumps out of the cart. He was driving the cart. He jumped out of the cart. Now we're spinning, right? Once we started to spin as we're going down this mountain, he jumps out of the cart. And what are you doing? I'm freaking out, right? So I grab the wheel now because he's gone. And when he jumped. So now the weight distribution is all off. Yeah. So now we're up on two wheels. Me, by myself in the car, in the passenger seat, up on two wheels. I literally crank the wheel, throw my legs out of the cart, and I held the cart up and slid down the mountain with it. When I got to the bottom, everybody came down. People were coming up. They were freaking out. My cousin, once they realized I was okay, they started laughing. Right. And I literally saw my life flash in front of my eyes. To this day, I've never been a passenger in a golf cart again. If anybody's going to crank me out, it's not going to be somebody else driving a golf cart.
You're traumatized now.
I will never. I don't like anyone driving my car, too. My wife... God, babe, I love you to death, but you're a god-awful driver. I'm not a fan of the way she drives. But nobody, even when I was a little kid, I had to be in the front seat. The only person in this world that I can drive, that I can be in a car with comfortably, is my father. And even that's starting to get a little sketchy now that he's getting up in age. But when I'm like, I was the 12-year-old kid who was in the front seat, and my mom was in the back seat with my brothers because I get car sick. I'm not a back seat person. I need to be in control. I need to be driving. That's why I've always had SUVs so I can fit all my friends in my car, and I'm the one to drive. Anyway, so other things that are annoyances in golf. No cart girl in sight. Why does it seem like every time you want to drink, there's nowhere to be found? And then when you stock up, then you see them 3 holes in a row. Oh, you guys good? Yeah, we're good. We just saw you 20 seconds ago. We're good. But where were you for the first 9 holes that I was looking for a beer? I couldn't find. So not fun. That bothers me. New clubs every year from these big brands. Listen, when people are spending this kind of money on products, well, stop. Make them feel good about their purchase for a couple of years. There are a few companies that wait, I think, 2 years, like Titleist or maybe Mizuno, a couple of them. But some of these other ones, every year. The newest technology, you're almost making last year's marketing look like it was bogus.
Right.
Because now all of a sudden, we came up with something. Just stop. Look, people are buying a tremendous amount of golf clubs. You're making good money. It bothers you. When you buy something, you spend that kind of money on something. It should be your driver for 5-6 years. But by the time you're 3 years in, there's already been 4 other versions of your day. It's insane. So that bothers me. Sandbaggers, you're only hurting yourself. You don't count your drop. The ball goes away. You're kicking one out that you found in there, and it's like stop trying to improve you. Please, sandbaggers, they bother me too. Slow play is another one that bothers the heck out of me. Not for nothing. We're going to talk about that in another episode with Mike Spare. We're going to talk about slow play. I got some opinions as to how to fix it. And there are some. We'll talk about that. Frost delay. It's the worst. I know you can't control it. There's nothing you could do about it, but it annoys me.
How about when the course doesn't let you know of frost delay and you have a 7:30 tee time and you get
you're leaving your house, you're early, and then they say, you got to wait 3 hours to play.
What am I going to do for 3 hours now?
It's the worst. It's the worst thing. Motorized push carts.
Tool.
People, stop it with the remote control. Either push the cart or just get in a regular cart or carry the bed. The motorized thing, you look silly, and then the battery dies. What are you going to do then? Ain't going to stop. Strangers offering golf instructions. You get paired up. You got 3 friends going out. They always stick the 4th person with you, and it annoys me. That person paid for a cart. I paid for a cart. Now, granted, I know that they're trying to save carts and they're trying to Don't put this guy on my cart. I don't know this guy. I got to sit for 5 hours with this guy in the cart. I just met him. No, I don't like it. Give him his own cart. He's not a part of our threesome. We booked a threesome. You're going to add him on? He gets his own cart, period, end of story. I can't stand it. Get the guy out of my cart. No, don't get me wrong. I'm usually friends. I'm very friendly, obviously. I get along with everybody. They kind of like playing with me because I'm out of my mind. And we're like best friends by the end of the round. But I don't want to be in the cart with them. What if they stink?
Right.
I just met this guy. He stinks. He's got BO. I got to smell BO now, ruin my round? No. Give him his own cart. What else we got? When my wife calls and I'm only on the 10th hole, and she says, hey, babe, when do you think you're going to be home? I'm on the 10th hole. You know how long this takes. Oh, my God, it drives me nuts. Back in the day, I wish, like 20 years ago, when there was no cell phones.
Yeah.
Oh, I love the country clubs. I mean, look, nowadays, you got kids. You can't really just do it. But there's country clubs that don't allow you to play with a phone. Like, you got to keep the phone in the locker. You're not allowed to take it on the course. That would be like the greatest thing in the world.
At Augusta, you're a spectator and you can't even bring your phone into the course.
Good. I love it. That's why you bring two. You give them one and you keep the other one in your back pocket so you get some content. But what else we got? Motorized push carts, a stranger. When my wife calls, sprinklers turning on? Come on. Wait till the sun goes down. You're trying to water. Now I got to go. My ball's in the middle of the water. I got to go get wet. I got to wait for I gotta wait for it to go stop so I can run in and grab my ball, and then I gotta argue with Philly Bucket that it's not a drop. Like I'm not. Come on, He wants me to go into the sprinkler and take the shot. I mean, if it's a hot day, I probably would. Or if there was a bet on the line, I would do it. A challenge, I would do it. But put the sprinklers on at night. Stop it. You don't need the water in that bad. Okay, they could wait until the sun goes down. 3X apparel in the pro shops. Drives me nuts. Where is it? There is none. Like I say this all the time. This is one of my big things, people. Fat people play golf. Retired old men are usually got a couple of tires around them. Can we get some 3X stuff in the club, in the pro shops, please? I'll buy it all. I don't even look at I don't care what color it is. I don't care what brand it is. You got something 3X with your course logo on it. I'm buying it. So just do me a favor. Supply it so I can buy it, please. Jeremy, you got any? You got any? Give it real quick. I know we're pushing this here, but real quick, what do you got?
I got one. How about when the greens are alterated and the tee boxes?
What do you mean?
Aerated.
Aerated? Yeah, it's a thing that they have to do. I wish that the fee was like, $10 to play. Like not for nothing. I know that they give a little bit of a discount, but I don't think it's enough in my point. You can't putt.
No,
you can't putt. There's absolutely no way. So you know what? Just have fun that round.
Right.
Have fun that round. Crank a few beers. Have a good time.
But they don't even let you know is the problem.
No.
I don't care if the green's aerated.
They know you're not going to come. Right. If it's most golfers aren't going to want to play with that. What else you got? Anything else?
I got a couple from Coach here. Unrepaired pitch marks on the green.
I was about to say, what the hell's a pitch mark? So you mean like a ball mark on the green?
Yeah,
the green gave it away. Okay, so. It bothers me. You're supposed to replace yours and another one, right? That's the point. It's some people don't do it, and take care of your course. You really should. It's not right. Take care of your course. It bothers me, especially if it's in my line. I mean, I'm a big guy. Even if I didn't make one,
right?
Even if I just bump and run onto the course, I still it's just something you do. It's something you take care of your courses. What else you got? Anything else?
An unnecessary long pre-shot.
Bothers me. People, see the shot, take the shot. The more you think about it, the harder it's going to be, the more likelihood of you screwing up. Standing over the ball for 15 seconds feels like 3 minutes to everybody you're playing with, and you're not going to actually improve anything. You take your line, you walk up, you get behind the ball, and you swing. You don't even really need a practice swing. I mean, unless you're like on an elevated, the ball's above your feet, something like that. You want to make sure you're choked up right. That I can understand. You're in the middle of the fairway. Walk up and take the shot. Just take the shot, people. Let's go, right? All right, that's enough. Par 5, here we go. Aim Health, my guy over at Aim Health, Dr. David Perner. Check them out. Elbow pain keeping you out, hurting your golf swing. Fear no more. Relief is around the corner. Dr. David Perner is no stranger to human performance. He's a former All-American football player, my man in the Hall of Fame, too, over at Johns Hopkins, right, my man. National-level Olympic powerlifter. Dr. David Perner has been serving at the prestigious orthopedics department at Mount Sinai. He's now serving the greater New Jersey area. Check them out, Aim Health. You can make your appointments. Email them at drdavidperner.com. Check that out. All right, so now Par 5 obviously is brought to you by Aim Health, like it always is. But we always do adjusted ones when I'm by myself. So I'm just going to run through my top 5 golf courses. Now, this is not the best golf courses that I've ever played. This is my favorite, my list, the courses that I get excited when I play. Honorable mention, the Witch in Myrtle Beach. When I was at Coastal Carolina, I played the Witch because it's not too far from campus. I love the Witch. And on the tee boxes, like the tee markers, that are their little witch hats. It's kind of cool. The Witch, it's a great course. Check it out. Sea Oaks in South Jersey. Fantastic course. Check them out. Francis Byrne. I want to talk about that real quick. Francis Byrne. It's in West Orange, New Jersey. It's a public course. Now, look, the design of the course is impeccable. It used to be a part of Essex County Country Club, and the county of Essex bought it from them. They had 218s. They cut down to 118. So Francis Byrne took it over. The layout of the course is country club. I mean, it's high level. It's legit. Elevation changes. It's very, very good course, and it's a great public course. It's in West Orange, New Jersey. Check that out. Galloping Hills comes in at my number 5 course.
My home course, by the way.
That's your home course, Jeremy Deuce behind the glass. It's a good course. It's one of the better public courses. They maintain it very well. The clubhouse is brand newly redone a couple years ago now, but they do a very good job, but it's always packed. They got the tailor-made golf center. They got a great little lab going on over there. They got a great chipping area, great putting greens to practice, because when you go to a regular range, you're hitting off mats, or they got crap. They don't, you go there, you could chip off grass, and it's nice. Check it out. Galloping Hills. Montclair Golf Club. I've played it a couple of times. I played in a Seton Hall prep outing they have there every year. Montclair, and I played with a couple friends that are members. It's a great course. Very, very challenging. You got to walk it, obviously. You got the caddies. You're walking up and down mountains. I was completely losing my breath. I almost lost it. A very, very tough course to walk, which then, for me, it makes it a tougher course to play. Manasquan River Country Club down by the ocean there in New Jersey. Manasquan, beautiful. I mean, just absolutely impeccable golf course. We've talked about it a couple times, because that's the when we play the Sea Oaks Club for the outing I have for work. That's the prize we win, is Manasquan River. Now we're at the top 2, the Dunes in Myrtle Beach. It's the number 1 golf course in Myrtle Beach. Super difficult, very hard to get on, very expensive. Phenomenal. You got to check out the Dunes. It's far and away probably the best course for sure that I've ever played on. And last but not least, number 1 for me. Now, again, this is just for me. My personal favorite course that I'm excited every time I go to play it. Also in Myrtle Beach, World Tour. Now, World Tour's got 2 18s, I think, or 2 9-hole courses, and one's international and one's the USA. It is a replica. Every hole is a replica of a famous hole throughout the world. And they give you a great plaque at the tee box, and they read you they tell you the history of the course. You got Amen Corner, you got the 17, the Island Green at Sawgrass. Now the bunkers are where they're supposed to be, the greens are the right side. Now obviously the length is a little bit different. You're not hitting 600-yard par 5s. It might be down to 450, but their trees are in the same spot, the bunkers are in the same spot. It actually feels like you're playing these famous courses around the world. Jeremy, you got anything? Your favorite course?
Big Alban Hill or Fiddler's Elbow.
Ooh, little Fiddler's Elbow. Nice for you. You got to take a plane to get there. It's so far away. But anyway, Fiddler's Elbow. Shout out to you. Jeremy, producer. He likes your course. Now, that's it, guys. Thanks to our sponsors, Therapist Preferred, Sparrows, O'Brien Creative, AIM Health, our friends at Pro Staff, and, of course, Golficity. My man Jeremy behind the glass, coach for Chipping In. And as always, keep it inside the leather.